Great.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Creating Circles of Support today on the 18th of March. I'm going to hand you over to Hattie.
Fantastic. Okay, yeah, let's get started. We might have a few more people coming in, but we'll begin with the circle that's currently gathered. So I'd just like to invite you to take part in a little grounding with me as a start. So we're going to we'll do this opening part of the call, and then we'll talk a little bit more about what each of us do, Hattie and Emma. And then we will go into a sharing circle using the Mother Nature cards, and then we'll have more space to talk about the different projects that we're doing after that. So if you feel comfortable, if you'd like to close your eyes and just make sure, there's Priscilla, welcome Priscilla. If you'd like to put your feet on the ground, if you can, and just feel your connection with the ground under your feet. That might be earth, it might be floorboards, whatever is under your feet, and feeling the earth under there. Solid, dear Mother Earth, always supporting us as we support ourselves and support others. And just take a moment to feel your imaginary roots going down, deep down into that rich, fertile soil, down through the rock, deep down into where the crystals are. Feel them reaching down, down into that darkness, moist, fertile darkness. As we approach the equinox, for me, it's always a time to really remember that balance between dark and light in a culture where the focus is so much on the light. And that for me as women, it's so important that we cyclically take that journey down into our depths, into our darkness, to look at what is there, what is hidden, what might need to be transformed, what just needs to stay in the dark and nourish us from that place, our roots, our solid base. And just take a moment to really feel into that. You might want to use your other senses. You might be able to smell the soil. You might be able to feel the damp earth. And then just when you're ready, well, you might not be ready. You might just want to stay there a while, which you might park for perhaps a later time in the day if you feel very drawn to staying there. Just notice that. Notice any resistance to traveling back up through your roots, back to your feet, up through your legs, into your own beautiful, wonderful, miraculous human body, female body. And take a moment to dwell in the pelvis area around your womb. Feel how that is, your hips, how that's all feeling today. Perhaps take a couple of deep breaths deep into your belly, to your pelvis, and let them go. And then coming upward towards your heart, from which place we will be sharing. Emma will say a bit more about that later, but just remembering that that heart can be a bridge between the earth below and the heavens above. That ever expanding, encompassing heart. Then moving up from that to your shoulders and neck and head, and just checking in. Often we hold a lot of tension there. We hold our head very stiffly and work hard to hold up this heavy head when actually our skeleton, our body does an amazing job at holding it up. We don't need to add the extra tension to hold up our head. So you might just want to give it a little wiggle, wiggle those shoulders, just feel into that, especially when we're looking at the computer. We can get very fixed in our neck and head. And then just feeling from the top of your head, feel those branches reaching up into this gloriously beautiful blue sunny sky that is here, this spring day here in the UK, wherever you are, feeling up into the night time or whatever's going on up there, reaching right up to the stars and feeling that sky mind, that expansion and that support of everything that is up there in the heavens as well, all the beings up there. And then again, noticing if there's any resistance to coming back down. If you want to stay up there, then perhaps you can find a time later in the day to spend a bit more time in any of these places. And then slowly traveling back down and settling in your heart or in your belly, wherever feels comfortable in your own body. Taking another couple of deeper breaths to transition back into our circle this morning, into our group, to share with each other and be together. Thank you, everybody. When you're ready, you can open your eyes and see who is in the group, people's names, faces, if they're here. And just going to hand over to Emma to introduce herself. Thank you, Emma.
Hi, everybody. It's really wonderful to see you all today. Thank you for joining in. My name is Emma Gorbutt, and I'm part of the Mother Nature Project. And I have been working on this since 2021, and working on that along with Luby McNamara. And this is a project for supporting mothers through their transformational journey, and some of the things that we have been doing to create these circles of support, which are so important out there, is creating Mother Nature circles. So we created these wonderful cards, the first Mother Nature card deck, which I know some of you here have seen before, and the second Mother Nature leadership deck. So the first one was the journey, and alongside that we also created a book called Exploring Motherhood Journey, and those were there to help support people to come together and create circles and kind of really creating that support. And then we realized in our second project we needed to offer a course where people could learn, so we're also doing an online course on that. But part of the things we want to do is create a community with the Mother Nature project as well. So we have things like, we've got 3 seasons of a podcast, we've got another book that we did, which was Mothers as Natural Leaders book about leadership. I'll share a link about that later. And all of that was about empowering people to grow and create community, and that might be leading circles or connecting with other women across the globe. We have do so many online things, and also grow in those communities of friendship and empowering people to feel like, oh, I don't have to be just me. I don't have to just be struggling on my own as a mum or a woman separate from my community. I can grow those. So it's really, really trying to make sure that we're offering that and connecting people. And also, one of the things I was reflecting this morning on my morning walk when I was out doing that, about one of the importance of creating circles of support, creating community, is showing up and being here, which is what you've all done today. You've all showed up to do that. That's a step in creating community. If we don't go out and meet people out in the world, we can't create those connections, we can't create that support, and we can't, if we feel able to, offer that out into the world. So I think that's really, really lovely. And one of the overarching things for the Mother Nature project, as well as creating community and connection and honouring that mothering journey, is also connecting with nature and using nature as a support and hold us and bringing that into our lives, which is why I was out this morning having a lovely walk out by a river and by the river, and I saw a mink out there kind of crawling out in the ground. So yeah, really, really happy to be here with you today and creating these circles of support, which is excellent and exciting. And I've been collaborating with Hattie over the last few months, so I'm going to hand you over to Hattie to share a bit about herself.
Thanks, Emma. Great. Yeah, so I've recently joined the kind of management of the Mother Nature Project, which feels very exciting, working alongside Emma. We've known each other for a very long time. So that feels lovely. And yes, my journey with the Mother Nature Project really began when around the time I had my twin boys. They're about to be 6, and I felt like I was kind of thrown into motherhood at I was nearly 41, and it was a big shake up for me. And yes, really needed. I had some support, and I really felt the need for more support. So I think coming out of that, it's really become part of my mission in life to find more ways of supporting mothers, particularly at the beginning of their journey when it can be really hard to find the time. And for me, particularly with twins, like I couldn't just put my baby on my back like I'd always imagined I would. There were 2 of them. I'd had a cesarean, there was various reasons. And so I'm always kind of fascinated by this, how can we create more community in a way that's manageable for mothers who are already stretched and busy. So that feels like it's become part of my mission. And alongside that, I ended up on a journey called the 13 Moons Journey, which you'll have time to ask a bit more about later. But that's a year-long journey. And I started doing that when my boys were 2. And that really nourished me to help reconnect with the cycles of nature and my own cycles in terms of the moon and the seasonal cycles and how to find that downtime for me. So I'll talk some more about that later. And I also do some biography work. My work is kind of rooted in anthroposophy. I was a Waldorf teacher for many years, and yeah, there's more, but that's a nice little taster for now. Thank you all for being here and helping us create this community. Wonderful. So Emma, would you like to go for the agreements next about the sharing?
Yes. So we're going to offer you an opportunity to have a taster of the Mother Nature Circle using Mother Nature cards. And one of the things that we teach in our course, and when people hold circles out there, is creating this safe container for people to be there and to share and feel able to talk to other people, because some of you haven't met before, some of you have, and making sure that you feel safe. So we have 4 intentions and 1 agreement that we share when we lead Mother Nature circles. So the 4 intentions, the first one is speak from the heart. And this is about when you share something, is sharing what's true to you, what is in your heart, what's real for you. You don't have to worry about what you're sharing, but that's speaking from the heart. And the second one is we listen from the heart and use deep listening. And this can be on many levels, but mainly it's trying to make sure we give our attention to the person who's speaking as much as we can. There's often distractions. Some of you are at work, there's people around and about around you, but and our brains obviously are also really good at distracting ourselves, or things flashing up on computers, and making sure that we just give that attention from our bodies, from our heart, from our feet, from whatever's there. So just making sure we're listening in the best way that we can. The next intention is to speak to the essence. So this is when we share a story, or we share a thought, or we share a reflection. So we don't have to give everything that led us to that moment of sharing. We can just give the very essence, the bits that make sense to you. And you don't have to worry about whether you're making sense to anybody. Lots of us are speaking in different languages today, and so that's fine. To share what is real for you is fine. And as a friend, Jerry, who came on the Leading Mother Nature Circles course, she's always share the pearl, not the grit. So not the bit that made the story, but share the pearl, not the grit. And the next intention is to be spontaneous. You don't need to rehearse what you're going to say and think, oh, do I sound really cool? I've just met this person. Can I share this amazing deep thought? It could just be, oh, I made sandwiches today. That's what I did. It doesn't matter. You just be spontaneous. Whatever comes out is completely fine. The final part of doing this and it's really important for us to create a safe container for sharing and being in circle together, is confidentiality. Now I'm recording now, so this place we're in at the moment isn't a confidential space. So if someone revealed something they didn't want to and said, please don't share that, I could cut it out. But in the breakout rooms, we really can create a safe space to be confidential. And confidentiality is not sharing somebody else's story. That means you don't come back from a breakout room to hear and say, oh, I was chatting to Claire and she said this and she said that, blah, blah, blah. That's not your story to share. That's somebody else's story to share. And that means not sharing it outside of the call with somebody else. If you're in person, that would mean not going up to someone in the street and saying, oh, it's in this thing and you were talking about all these different things. And that's not a place to share. When you're in circle and when you're in those breakout rooms here online, it really is just for that moment and not to bring back in. And sometimes people are like, oh, but that really touched me and made me think about something and I want to share that. You can share your connection to that story. So I felt I was in a circle. I felt connected to sandwiches. So I'm just thinking about sandwiches now, I must be hungry. But I felt connected to sandwiches. And this is my story of sandwiches. But you're not sharing somebody else's stories that they had a cheese sandwich and an egg one. So anyway, I should stop on the sandwich sharing. But it's that not sharing somebody else's story. And sometimes you do need to do that, but you can't share somebody else's story. And I think it's really one of the things that's really important as well is to acknowledge that agreement. So I would ask those of you who feel able to unmute. I've put you on gallery view now for me. Is that those been on the course know that I love the jazz hands waving, and that I'd like you to take a moment to wave at each other to say, I will hold your confidentiality if I see you. And it's a really nice visual reminder. If you can't put your screen on, stick a hand up in the waving bit, but just to say, I agree, and look around and really greet everybody here to say, yeah, I'm here. I will hold your confidentiality. I will. Yeah, there's lots of hand raising going on. Thank you. I know some of you maybe can't join the breakout rooms, but yeah, just to make sure we all do that. We can stop waving. I do often start waving and then I forget to stop because it's like, oh, it feels quite good waving, moving our bodies. But yeah, is there anything you'd like to add on confidentiality, Hattie, from your many years of wisdom? But yeah, it's just important when.
No, thank you. And I think that sums it up very nicely. Well done. Yeah, great.
And yeah, when you're going out there, just to make sure that, because we're going to put you into breakout rooms. I'm making these in the background and Hattie's going to share a bit more about what we're doing. If you don't want to be in a breakout room, if you could rename yourself NB at the end, no breakout room, then I know I don't need to put you in a breakout room. You can just stay here in the main room with us. Okay, and I'm going to share those in the chat, the intentions and the agreements. And some of you have done the Mother Nature Circles course, so I've tried to dot you around as well so you can help. So over to you, Hattie, while I finish off the breakout rooms.
Thanks, Emma. Brilliant. I'm also going to light a candle at this point because often when I do my Mother Nature Circles, that's part of a reminder for the confidentiality and holding the space for each other. So I'm going to light the candle now and we can blow it out later. So in our in our breakout rooms, we'll share with you some of the cards which we've selected from the 2 card decks. So there's now 2 card decks. Emma's got her candle too. Great, thanks, Emma. So yeah, there's the 2 card decks. We'll use some cards from each of the different card decks today, which we've chosen for you, pre-chosen. And in your groups, you will have pick one card from the 6 that are there and ask each other the question, in what area of my life do I currently feel like I need more support? And that might also come along with what areas of my life do I currently feel like I have enough support? Now, those two might go together, but where do I need more support? So the title of the seminar is Creating Circles of Support. So where, a first step towards that is really naming what are those areas where I feel like more support before we jump in with that voice that might say, oh, well, I can't possibly, that's how am I going to do that? That's not possible. Just try and not let that voice come in. Just try and name which areas you feel like you need more support. And then if there are any areas where you feel like you could offer support and you might not be able to, and that's also completely fine. Like we all have times in our life when we feel able to offer support and times in our life when we feel like we just need to receive support. So you might be in a place where you both of those places. You might be in one or you might be in the other. That's all fine. We're here, just being here and being witnessed is a really powerful means of support. And often what we hear from others about their journey really resonates with ours, and that in itself is supportive. So I think that's all on that. Is there any questions about those questions, or has anybody got any concerns or questions at this point? No. Okay. How are you doing there, Emma, with the breakout rooms?
Good. Oh, have I muted myself? No, I'm not muted. I was just going to pop the question in the chat as well.
Great.
Oh, goodbye. Sane's got to hop off. Bye, Sane. Nice to see you here. Yeah, no, I'm good. Shall I bring the cards up? I think
Yeah, great. Please, yeah.
Okay, just make sure I've got the right thing open. Which are you saying it was Mercury was in? So there's
Mercury's in retrograde. So we were sort of aware of this when we were trying to book the call and thinking, oh, that might mean that there's some funny technological glitches going on. Mercury is a trickster, likes to keep us on our toes.
Worked. There we go. These are the cards that we've picked already. These are a mixture from the Mother Nature Journey and the Leadership deck for you to use and inspire you. So if you've got the cards already at home, do find them and have a look. I now can't move the screen to read out the backs. Do you want to read out the back, Hattie?
Yeah.
It's on the second page of the spreadsheet.
Page of the spreadsheet. Oh, I've got them right here. I think I can read them directly from the cards.
Oh, wow. You don't need the technology. I've got them in my hands too. We could take it.
Yeah.
Take it in turn. Real cards
we'll start clicking the wrong buttons and disappearing.
I'm so in the Zoom world.
Yeah. Okay. So that first one in the top left-hand corner there, with the couple. Well, I'm assuming it's a couple. It might not be a man and a woman. The back of that, the words say, feel supported. You are never truly alone. Learn the art of asking and allow yourself to be held. And that's part of a group of cards called Family Care.
So the next one along with the fungi, the little mushrooms, is discover the web of life. Observe patterns of connection, find your community, say yes to cooperation, and that's community care. And these are both from the Mother Nature Leadership and Nature Connection deck.
For some reason I haven't got the next one, Emma. Would you like to do that one as well?
Yes. So the next one along with the wonderful ladies whooshing up into the air is embrace your feminine power, discover and celebrate your cycles, follow the moon cycle, spend time in nature, allow yourself to do nothing. And this is from the Mother Nature Journey deck, and it's from the Nourish Your Gifts family.
Great, thank you. And the next one going round, if we're going in a sunwise direction, so with the nest and the hands, is nurture a circle, weave a nest of trust and care, build community, support and feel supported. And that's in the group called Community Care, that one.
And then the one in the middle of the lady balancing is called balancing fruit. I think it's there. Find balance. You are a mother and a leader. Find balance between doing and being. Allow yourself time to regenerate, which is family care.
And from the leadership. Finally, the woman there with a baby at her breast. Align with natural patterns and cycles. You are winter, spring, summer, and autumn. Celebrate the diversity within you. Follow the pattern of waxing and waning. Be mindful of your needs. And that's part of the Connect with Nature group of cards in the Mother Nature Journey deck.
Going to stop sharing for... Oh no, I can go to the next page. Oh look, there they all are. You can read them as well, but I can't paste them into the chat without showing you absolutely everything in the background, so I'll do that in a moment.
Great.
Perhaps I'll stop sharing and do that.
Okay. Should we send people off into the breakout rooms?
Should we remind them what the question is again? I think that
Yeah,
would be
good
good.
idea. So the question is, in what areas of your life do you currently feel you need more support? In what areas of your life do you currently feel like you need more support? And are there ways you can offer others support?
So we're going to give you a nice expansive time to be in there. So it will be 15 minutes. So I've put you into groups of three or four, depending on where people have ended up and how you've landed back into the room. I wonder if I've not got um Joanna, you're back as well.
Yep.
Brilliant. And so I just need to add the people in. Okay, and as you said, no breakout room. I think they've all gone, but I put them into room 6. So,
Great. Well done. Super.
Okay, if people are happy, yeah, that's fine. If people in your group are happy for you to listen in, Uska, is that how you pronounce it? I'm not very good at the little that's fine, or chip in if you can, or you can always join in by typing into the chat. That's fine as well in your breakout rooms. You don't always have to speak if you can't, if you're in a place where you can't speak and you're sneaking it in, you can type in and wave hello. So is everyone happy with what you're going to be doing out there? And when we come back, we'll be sharing a little bit in the circle, and I'm going to pause the recording at this point. Of press that before, then I could have heard your reflection, but that's okay. Thank you for sharing about how useful the cards are and how much they really you were Gianna was just saying that they really connect us with our own story and our own journey and what is really alive for us. And also I think they give us an opportunity where the wisdom of the person meets the wisdom of the cards, that we have many of the answers and many of the solutions or ideas, but we can't access them because they're in the jumble of everything else, everyday noise around us. And the different cards that we pull and use really help us connect with a story that we didn't know was there, or we knew was there, but didn't know we needed to shine a light on and explore. So we'd love to hear some thoughts and reflections you had in the chat. So if you want to take a moment to journal anything in the chat about what you talked about, obviously keeping that confidentiality, and then we'll ask a couple of you to share out in the call what you thought. So maybe I'll just pop the music on again. No, maybe it won't work actually. Mercury's in retrograde, so there's always a chance that everything isn't doing what we expect it to do. But we'll see. Well, no, maybe it is going to work. So yeah, just take a moment to share your reflections in the chat if you feel able to, and then press send, and then we will do that. Have a minute.
New energy, new moon, new me. I am planting my seeds. New moon, new me, new energy. New moon, new me. I am planting my seeds. New moon, new me, new energy.
Oh, goodbye, Yasmin. Thank you for coming today. Really lovely to see you again. And I hope you're enjoying leading your circles out in the world. So thank you for coming. It's lovely to have you here. And so there's some reflections coming out into in the chat. And Priscilla said, finding balance between doing and being. And Yasmin shared what a lovely women for joining a nourishing circle. I said I enjoy connecting with the discoverer of web of life. Joanna said, trying to gain support while also providing support. So have enough capacity. Yeah, really finding that balance. Gianna, support to bring communication in within family and friends at a higher level, deep listening, honest communication. Would you like to read a couple, Hattie? Can you? Oh, you're muted.
Sorry. Yeah, so Beth says, I'm a single mum with 2 teens with additional needs. I have accessed some good support, which has been hard to get and very emotional, but I'm hopeful this will make a difference for my kids' lives. Thank you, Beth. And Linda, it is so lovely to feel all this amazing woman energy from all over the world. Thank you. Hilja, I found out that I would like to start and participate a women's circle that has a clear intention on support and that I'm trying to find ways to facilitate that. Also, I would like to find my community after my children moving out. Wonderful. Thank you all for
And
those.
there's Kianos, but said missed most of the circle, but was still a pleasure to be in this circle. Thank you. I'm sorry you had such the connect that Mercury was doing it.
Doing its thing. Yeah, lovely. And Beth just adding there, I really would want to join a women's circle.
Thank you all. Would anyone thank you all for sharing? I really appreciate you adding that to the chat and making those bits and being part of the circle. Would anyone like to unmute and share anything that came up for them about creating the circle or just about being in circle and using the cards and what that was like for you? If you want to raise your hand or share something, that would be lovely to hear your voice in the call as well. Can just unmute and speak. Priscilla, be lovely to hear your voice. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. It's raining in my place. I hope I can be audible enough to be heard. So, I'm one person who was looking for balance between being and doing, and I learned from my colleagues that I can put the more importance on being than doing, and then try to find a balance and find love, find peace, and balance things so that I don't experience burnout. I'm grateful for the breakout rooms. Thank you.
Lovely. Thank you, Priscilla. All the way there in Kenya with lots of rain. It's very dry here today, so kind of a different. And yeah, I think it really is that importance of finding balance from that you offering out and offering in and finding that different balance of connection. Would anybody else like share? Oh, I can't pronounce your name. Sorry.
Hiltje.
Heltje.
It's very Dutch. Thank you. I would like to say something about the cards, that they really help me to make a choice in they really spoke to me in a way that I could recognize my needs at the moment. So yeah, I really want to compliment on that.
Great. Thank you, Hilja. Brilliant. Are you here, Emma? Oh, sorry, I thought we'd lost you for a moment. You're back.
Sorry, someone knocked on my door. There's 2 Zoom. They had to walk past 2 signs that said I'm in a Zoom call.
Well done. Thank you, Hilja. I don't know if you heard Emma asked about Hilja. Hilja was just sharing that the cards really helped her to focus on what she needs right now. She's grateful for that.
Yeah, thank you. And they are just any card that you pick will connect you with something, or even if sometimes we use the cards and we pick the ones we don't feel comfortable to pick, we're like, oh, I don't want to look at that one. And sometimes that reveals some of that hidden, that underground mycelium of our own personal story of our journey, what we're on in our human life, and that they also help you connect with things you're not wanting to look at but are actually just as healthy to do and examine and be part of. So I love that magic of connection. Is there anybody else who would like to share something? And Mike can share, that would be lovely to hear.
Can I share something?
Yes, that would be lovely. Thank you.
I just would like to share the way I am using the card at home. And actually, it's for me the only way I find now to create a space of connection. So I have 3 boys, which are already 27, 25, and 20, and they come in and out. For 6 months they are not home, then for a week they are there. So it's like a house in movement. And since I have the card, when they are with me at home before dinner, we choose, one of us choose a card, and then we share. And was so nice because we arrived to create this peculiar space where even boys, they are not always prepared to that, sit, pause, and feel willing to share. So very, very nice and deep thought were shared within the family. And for me, is now really, I see the card, and in my mind, I put my rules, I stand, I go into myself. So it's like inducing in me my moment where I look inside myself. And to create this within the family was really spectacular. So I wanted just to share this moment. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, Juliana. It's a lovely thing to share. Lovely story. Thank you. It's a beautiful image.
Yeah, and getting young men to connect with their feelings and with such a feminine energy is such a gift to them as humans going out into the world and connecting with that. I think that's so important, and having a way to facilitate that connection between you, because it's so there's another card deck that I work with cultural emergence, where one of the cards we've been using at the moment is make connection first, about how important it is to create those ropes of connection and meet people, and using the cards to help facilitate that is such a gift to do that. So it's really lovely to hear that. Thank you everybody for sharing. It's really lovely to hear your voices as well and your stories, and to hear how the cards are touching you when you're using them out in the world. So thank you ever so much for doing that and taking part in the breakout rooms with the circles. So I'm going to hand over to Hattie now to share a bit more about the 13 moons and creating that creativity and support.
Thanks, Emma. Great. I've been trying to get a bit more light on my face, and then I've sort of given up, realizing that maybe that's a need to be in darkness to talk about this dark moon time. So yeah, the 13 moons journey has been very important for me. It's been passed down to me by a dear friend, and I considered her to be one of the wise women alive in our world today. She's called Paloma Tormontes. She's from Puerto Rico originally. Currently, she spends a lot of her time in Barcelona. And when I did the course with her, which she originally called it Mujer Ofrenda, which means woman offering or offering woman, I found it so hard to translate that I decided to rename it as something that I'm taking forwards with my experience and my kind of flavor, if you like, but it's still the base of it is kind of her wisdom. She really dedicates her life. She's an art therapist and an astrologer, and she dedicates her life to kind of studying really human nature, human beings, and particularly women. She hasn't got children of her own, but she's very connected with this feminine, the voice of the feminine, I suppose. And so it's a journey that goes on throughout a year. It doesn't take up so much time. I think the first year that I did it, I think I tried to carve out maybe 4 hours a month, when I could read through the content, which is exercises, artistic exercises and questions about our deep self. Questions, and I say on my website about it, I say it's the questions that we need dark moon time to ponder, that we need that still, dark, quiet time to really go into those dark roots that we were talking about earlier, the darkness and the light, and how important it is to really look at some of the things which have been hidden to us. It has some biography work in there, looking back over our lives, sometimes back at our mother's lives, seeing what's happened there that will help shine some light on our current situation or how we're moving forwards. So it's a kind of a solo journey. It's really intimately looking at ourselves and throwing flowers on our biography, or bathing it in honey. So really celebrating our stories, and really finding a way to weave the threads that lead us into our vision or where we're going next. And it's supported by artist women. So some that have been researched and brought in from the past, a lot from the Spanish speaking world, because that was Paloma's research, but a mixture of women, from starting with Camille Claudel, who's the oldest of them, who was the sculptor Rodin, one of Rodin's muses. And it's a bit about her story. And then for each of the months, so there's 12 offerings, and then the 13th moon is a kind of one-to-one session where we reflect on what you're going through or have been through. And in each of the month there's a woman artist who we include, and we include kind of questions that might come up from her life. So some of them have had really tragic lives and have been cast out or cast themselves out through alcoholism or addiction, or they may have been sent to an asylum, but it's using the kind of gems and treasures of their stories to help us understand where we are now. And it's almost like they are speaking to us to say, to help us appreciate what we have, and also to learn from what they had, what they lived. So it's not so much about their art, it's more about their lives and what that brings to us. And then this year I've added in an extra live call. So each month there's a 2-hour live call with artists that live around here that I know. So I've invited in various different artists, visual artists and ecotherapists, and a whole mixture of women who will come in and support me with the live calls and support our circles. So that will be a sharing circle with some artistic exercises, which might be out in nature, or they might be using paint or collage. So the idea is, so you receive a PDF, which varies, but around 20 pages of kind of questions and inquiry and possible exercises. It's all an invitation, and you receive that generally around a week before the new moon. So the idea is that we work on this on the waning moon, going down into the darkness of the new moon. And then the sharing circle is around the new moon. And then we can, that's the journey throughout the year. And I feel very excited about being able to offer it out into the world, because sorry, I think I'm back. I was muted for some reason. It felt, for me, when I first did it, it felt so important, this work, that I decided that just more women need to hear it. And that's part of my aim and intention, is to really explore ways that more women have the time to ask these questions, which are supportive for us, and, as I see it, for our children, for men, for humanity, like really, really fundamental, important questions which we need to be taking time to ask ourselves and nourish ourselves with. And the circle is really gathering, and it already feels like a supportive circle. So this Thursday on the equinox, I will be sending out the first offering, which is the PDF, and also there's an audio of me reading out the PDF. But there's still time to sign up. Emma is going to be my amazing technical assistant, so she'll be there too. We start, the first call is on the 30th of March, the first live call. So there is still time to sign up, and it's only £195 for the whole year. There is an option to pay in 3 installments. So please get in touch if I don't want money to be an obstacle. And yes, you'll be very welcome to join us and to share with anyone else if you know anyone who might be interested or find it supportive to be part of that. Thank you. Maybe we'll hear, I don't know if we've got time for questions now. you think, Emma? A couple of questions, if anybody's got any questions about that. One of my struggles with it is describing it online, and there is a bit more information on my website. But yeah, it's one of those things that's quite hard to describe. So if any
had a question about the name of the Spanish woman who founded it, whether we could add that in the chat.
Sure, I'll put it in the chat. Yeah, I have a technical issue with trying to reach my keyboard because of the flowers.
What a lovely technical issue that flowers and nature is.
I prioritize the flowers. Yeah.
So does anybody have any questions about the 13 moons for Hattie? It sounds like a wonderful offering. Sorry, Beth, I don't quite understand your question. Is the website?
Oh, the name of my website? Yeah, absolutely. I'll put that in the chat.
Yeah, I'll put it in again for you. There's one for Hearthlight. It's not on the Mother Nature website, but it is on the Hearthlight, which is Hattie's one. So I've just put a link in the chat to 13 moons.
Great, thanks, Emma. Brilliant. And that's I'm just putting in Paloma's name, Paloma Todmontes. She doesn't have a website at the moment, but her Instagram is Soberanía Creativa. It's all in Spanish, which is why I spent the last year translating the work into English. She actually speaks very good English, but she offered it to me as a project to translate. So yeah, but that's her work as well on Instagram. If any of you are on Instagram. Okay. Any other questions? No? Okay.
Wonderful.
Great.
Thank you, Hattie. Thank you for sharing. But I'm really looking forward to being part of it, going on the journey with everyone. It's going to be really lovely to be part of that. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Thank you. Yeah. Go. Your turn. What else is happening?
So I am going to share a thing. What do you call it? A thing. No, press the wrong button. Zoom never quite does exactly what you want it to do. So as I was saying before, I'm going to talk to a slideshow. That's easier. Here we go. Wonderful. So through the Mother Nature Project, we're offering 2 chances to come and learn with us at the moment that are coming up. This is what a Mother Nature Circle in person can look like. We've got some of the cards there. That was some of us who were together for creating it. And I didn't share before that the Mother Nature Project created the cards, and a wonderful woman called Eszé Laszlo, who is Hungarian, created the artwork, and the messages on the back were created by, I think there's maybe 150 different women contributed to creating those messages through various courses and activities. And then we've used them, and the same with the leadership deck, we use them. So this picture is just Luby, the lady who's laughing in the middle with the blue top. She's one of the other co-facilitators for our Mothers as Natural Leaders course, which will be taking place on the 5th to the 6th of June in the UK in Herefordshire, at Applewood Permaculture Centre, her home. And this is just another lovely picture of women who were in Slovenia taking part in a Mother Nature Circle and learning how to use the cards and share that together. So we'll be using our live Leading Mother Nature Circles course, where you can become a Mother Nature facilitator. Actually, I forgot to change the dates because I used an old one. Is actually starting on the 24th of March now, and our first call isn't until the 6th of April. So there's plenty of time to sign up. And in this course, you will be able to no, wrong one. You'll learn how to be a facilitator. So you'll learn how to hold space, how to do that in line or in person. You'll learn how to use the cards, and also you'll get to explore your own leadership and facilitation skills with loads of other wonderful women who are all learning the same thing together. And we do that online. There's some some beautiful pre-recorded videos and a PDF to work through where you learn how to lead a circle, the 9 steps of doing it, how to prepare yourself to do that, what to do if something isn't quite going to plan, and really feel into that and go through that whole process of empowering yourself to do that. And then the bit that I love the most about it is we have wonderful online calls where people come together and share how that process is going, but also take it in turns to lead circles. So lead their own circles safely online, like we did today, with other people who are doing it. So it's beautiful balance of learning by doing, learning by being part of the circle, learning by other people doing that, and creating this really beautiful, safe container to be in there learning together, which is fantastic. I will ask Priscilla to speak in a moment because she's been part of one of those. And then the other thing that we're offering at the moment is our Mothers as Natural Leaders course that's coming up on the 5th to 6th of April. I mentioned before with Luby on Applewood Permaculture Centre. And this is a chance to explore some of the themes and topics from our Mothers as Natural Leaders book that we wrote in 2023 as part of the Mother Nature Project, myself and Luby, Aggie Beres from Hungary, Jana Nemke from Germany, and also we had Sara Gagliotti from Italy, from the Italian team. So between us, we wrote that, and Luby McNamara, I think I said her name, wrote the book. And it's all about exploring our leadership of self, of family, of our community and out in the world, and how nature can support us in that process, how we can take our gifts of mothering and leadership and those skills that we've got from being a mother and using them elsewhere. Because, you know, anyone who's had those opportunities to be a mum knows just how many skills you gain, but also how those challenges can challenge you, how that process of being a mum and gaining them takes you on a big journey. So it's a chance to reflect on that journey of stepping into your leadership of family and being held by the land at Applewood. And we're hoping for amazing sunny weather that you get sometimes at the beginning of April. We've got we'll have a fire outside and we'll be out in nature together. And we'll also have indoor accommodation, so you can stay indoors. And also we've got lovely barns and sharing meals together. There'll be lots of singing. We'll be sitting in circle with the cards. There'll be laughter. There'll definitely be tears. There'll be moments to reflect on our journey, to feel empowered and to connect with other women, to have that chance to have a whole weekend together without children in space. So it's wonderful. And Applewood Permaculture Centre is such a beautiful piece of land. It's got 20 acres, it's beautiful owls, lots of woodland, lots of nature there. So really a really place to go and regenerate as well and really nourish yourself being in that community. So they're both different offerings. One is a very practical course where you'll learn lots of skills about your leadership, and one is one where you get to reflect on it in a very personal level. Priscilla, I would love to hear your voice just sharing about the being on the online Leading Mother Nature Circles course, how that was for you.
Thank you, Emma, for this opportunity to speak. I'm grateful that I took the Mothers as Natural Leaders course with Emma and Luby, and it has helped me to hold space for many women of different levels. And once the women know that there are those 4 intentions and the agreement, then people are free to speak, and it has created a lot of relief to people that had complicated issues of depression, issues of being rejected, issues of feeling lonely. They find space that they can share and hear their views and get solutions to some of their problems. Actually, most of them find that the problem is a solution already, because they are able to solve their own problem. They are encouraged to find that they are not the only ones going through hard times or challenges, and they are able to find solutions from other women. And also another issue is that women are able to multitask. Just like today, I learned from one of us that how to find balance. They find solutions from each other when we hold space for them. So it's a good thing to go through and become, and it helps us also help other people in the communities and in society at large. Thank you, Emma, and all. Indeed.
Oh, so thank you so much for sharing that, Priscilla. And yeah, it was I think it was a year ago that you joined us for the live leading Mother Nature Circles online course, learning how to use the cards to use circles. That was wonderful. I'm going to put some links in the chat for anybody who is interested or thinking of joining us for the, oh no, I'm pressing the wrong button, who's thinking of coming and joining us for that course. It'd be wonderful if you do. I'll give you an opportunity to ask questions in a moment. The final thing that we're offering out into the world, myself and Hattie together, is we're offering 2 Mother Nature retreats, where we'll be doing one on the 11th of May. I think I've got that date correct, and that will be an online one. We did one in January, which was a midwinter one, and this one's going to be a spring one, and it's several hours joining together, sitting in circle, bringing in nature connection, bringing in connection to ourselves, and having a real moment to bring some of that in-person retreat energy that you have, but into an online space, because we can't always leave home or travel for 7 hours to be with us in person. And then also for those who live local to us in Herefordshire, UK, on the 6th of July, we're also doing an in-person one at your land, Hattie, in the Matona. Have I pronounced that correctly?
Yes, hopefully it will be there in our woods. This summer we're going to move a roundhouse there, which will just make it more possible to hold circles there, whatever the weather, and retreats. So that's a kind of beautiful indoor-outdoor space, a beautiful hand-built oak roundhouse. So hopefully that will be ready in time. If not, we have several alternative options of beautiful places, around where we live. And there's also wonderful places to stay around here if anybody wanted to create an excuse to come over and include that day as part of a little bit of time away. That will be a wonderful summer gathering amongst us. Yeah, great. Thanks, Emma.
Yeah, and sitting in circles. So we've got a moment for if anyone's got any questions about the Mother Nature courses that are coming up or being part of that. Don't know if there's anyone here who's thinking of joining or has been to a circle and would like to share about that.
I could just add quickly that the circle that I run here, again in the woods, which is a monthly circle, we've just had a new member, which is really wonderful. It was the first she came to us. It was the first time that she had left her baby, and she came and she managed to find us and found the circle, and that was so wonderful for all of us to have her energy and presence, and also to realize that sometimes people find the right thing at the right moment, and she was so grateful to have found that as that circle of support just when her little one is tiny. But I've also had women who are grandmothers join the circle, or women who haven't yet had their own children, or it's not exclusively for biological mothers. It's a wonderful, supportive, diverse circle, which I'm really enjoying holding that space.
Yeah, that's a great reflection as well. We've had grandmothers come for our mothers as natural leaders course and in the Mother Nature circles, and offering her and bringing that extra layer of wisdom, and being part of that. And just thank you for welcoming her, Priscilla, and welcome Tasha as well, who was just saying she said she can only recommend the Mothers as Natural Leaders course. I did that at Applewood last year and really enjoyed it, and she'd also very much recommend the Leading Mother Nature Circles course. And thank you for coming, Beth. Lovely to have you here. And also I've got an opportunity that Natasha from our last course, who just qualified to be a Mother Nature Circle leader, has just launching her own circles out in the world, and it's an online one, which is a beautiful opportunity to share here. So I've just put her email, and it's the 26th of March, 8 p.m. till 9:30 p.m. And also we do, for all the people who take the Mother Nature Circles course on our Mother Mother Nature website, we actually have a page where people share. You can find facilitators around the world. We've got people from every continent, and apart from Australia so far. But maybe Joanna, you'll be able to do that when you can work out the Australian time working with us, and that you can find people all over the place who are doing the courses, and some of those are online, some of those are in person. I'm just going to put that link in there, so it's a really great opportunity to find others who are already out there and qualified leading that. And when you become a qualified facilitator, you get to go and be on there as well. Thank you all.
Great. Thanks, Emma. Brilliant.
Oh, I forgot one thing that I need to share. Sorry. The Mothers as Natural Leaders book, if you haven't already got it, it's free. We have a free PDF download of the book where you can learn all about what being a natural leader means for yourself, your family, your community, and how you can bring nature in. It's got loads of stories in it, theory, activities. You can create a design for your leadership, and it's free if you sign up to the Mother Nature newsletter. So if you haven't already, I will pop it in the chat and you can sign up and get your own free PDF download. There's like 200 pages of amazingness in there. Over to you, Hattie.
Great, thanks, Emma. Brilliant. Well, I think that brings us to a close. Thank you, everybody, for your attention and being here and sharing. Love that book. Thank you. Yeah, great. It's a great book. And have you got a song for us, Emma, to close with? Or do you need a couple of minutes to put in those last links?
Okay, so I'm going to share one, and the name of the lady has just popped out of my head, but it will come back to you. So I don't know, I'm going to put us onto gallery view. I don't know how many of you done singing online before, but if everybody mutes themselves, and it's called The Earth Holds Me, and I'm going to sing, I'll sing it through and then we'll do it backwards and forwards. So it goes, the earth holds me so I can hold others. Yes, I can hold others. The earth is strong. So I'll sing the first part. The earth holds me so I can hold others. The earth is strong so I can hold others. Yes, I can hold others. The earth is strong. Sorry, I sound that wrong. The earth holds me so I can hold others. Yes, I can hold others. The earth is strong. The earth holds me so I can hold others. Yes, I can hold others. The earth is strong. The circle holds me so I can hold others. Yes, I can hold others. The circle is strong. The circle holds me so I can hold others. Yes, I can hold others. The circle is strong. The sisters hold me so I can hold others. Yes, I can hold others. The sisters are strong. The sisters hold me so I can hold others. Yes, I can hold others. The sisters are strong. The grandmothers hold me so I can hold others. Yes, I can hold others. The grandmothers are strong. The grandmothers hold me so I can hold others. Yes, I can hold others. The grandmothers are strong. And the last one. The moon holds me so I can hold others. Yes, I can hold others. The moon is strong. The moon holds me so I can hold others. Yes, I can hold others. The moon is strong. Lovely. Thank you, everybody. And just to take a moment to offer our gratitude out to you for coming here today and taking part in the call, and offer our gratitude to those who are watching the recording of today. And hopefully you'll have an opportunity to look at those cards and reflect on those questions and journal them at home as well. And we will be sending out a recording, Tasha, so that you will have that. And I will pass over to Hattie to close the circle for today.
Thank you, Emma. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Really wonderful to see so many faces from so many different places. And I very much look forward to seeing some or all of you again at different events, and hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and that you feel nourished by this circle of women supporting, even if sometimes we can't see each other. We are there, those sisters, being strong. So yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. And Emma, should we blow out our candles on behalf of everybody? Okay.